Hello, everyone, and welcome to Level Up 2020 conference. It's such a joy to have you all here. I am so excited, and I hope that you are as well. This is just a message welcoming you to one of the biggest and most impactful conferences in 2020, the Level Up Conference. Welcome here. Please copy the Facebook link, the YouTube link, and send to all of your friends. Make sure that they're here with you as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome here, everybody.
She is a personal development and growth specialist with over 10 years of teaching, coaching, counseling, and mentoring across the globe. She is a transformational speaker and the founder of Thrive Hub Global Community, an online community of over 2,000 members from over 35 countries established to raise change agents, world changers, and equip people to live beyond survival. She is also a professional ESL teacher and trainer with over 12 years of international experience in teaching and training. She is also a certified child psychologist from the New Skills Academy UK and a certified learning and teaching improvement expert from Harvard University. She owns ELS Language School in Nadma, Poland. In 2019, she founded Train the Teachers Academy, an academy established to equip teachers with skills they need to thrive in and outside the classroom. She is the author and co-author of several books and publications, some of which are Thrive Daily and Save My Marriage. Welcome with me, our host and convener for Level Up 2020 Conference, Mrs. Tolulola Omotosho.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction. So I need not introduce myself again, but I would just like to tell you a bit about Thrive Hub Global Community and about Level Up Conference. Thrive Up Global Community is a global community that brings people together from several countries from across the globe, about 35 countries. We have people from all over on the group, as you know. So if you're just joining us on this group, or if you're just hearing about Thrive Hub, this is who we are. And what do we do at Thrive Hub? What is our vision? What is our mission? And why Level Up? I'm here to tell you about Level Up Conference. Level Up Conference started last year, 2019. And if you were at that workshop, you would agree with me that it was life transforming. We learned to set effective goals and how to actually smash them. And this year, I'm so excited about the theme for the conference this year. It's productivity. I take you'll be transformed. Now, this is something that you've never experienced before. So just prepare yourself, prepare your environment, get yourself ready, sit in a quiet place with a notepad, with your notebook, with your heart ready to receive all that there is from this conference. So I am your host for today and for tomorrow. And again, my name is Tolutola Omotosho. Once again, welcome here, welcome here, welcome here. Now, I want you to write in the comment section, what is your expectation for this conference? What is your expectation? what do you expect? What are you looking up to? What are you looking forward to? I mean, what do you want to gain as a result of this conference? So I want you to type it in the comment section. How do you feel right now? Are you excited? Are you elated? Yes, 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 yes. Type in the comment section, reach out to all your friends, bring them in here, and let's have an amazing, amazing, amazing time. Once again, welcome here, welcome here. I am not going to waste your time. I'm just going to introduce the first speaker. And of course, the co-founder of Tribe Hub Global Community. Some of you know him, but he's such an exceptional person, and we all love him. He's my mentor, yes. And he's by the name Dr. Tade Daniel Omotosho. So if you are here, get ready, get ready, get ready. As stay tuned and watch this video that introduces Dr. Tade Daniel Omotosho.
He is a management consultant and a personal CEO of Synergy Incorporated, an outsourcing and consulting company incorporated in 2012. Experience which helps him navigate, communicate, and impart knowledge and ideas at any level. He has over coaching and human capacity development. He holds a doctorate degree and has facilitated several projects, trainings, and consulting in several multinational corporations and institutions in Poland. He is the author of the popular book, Quit the Job, Find Your Work. He is an entrepreneur and lecturer at Wyszło University, Warsaw, Poland. With a thunderous applause and with lots of excitement, welcome with me the first speaker at the Level Up 2020 conference, Dr. Tade Daniel Omotosho.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Level Up 2020. And I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm so excited to be given the opening conference speaking or presentation this evening. And I'm sure you are ready. I'm sure you're prepared, and we're going to have a great time this evening. So thank you all for joining us on this conference. Now I'm going to share my screen very quickly. We're going to begin without wasting time. All right, so I'm going to be talking about strategies for productivity. Strategies for productivity. Now, the first thing I want to say as we begin this conference is that, people attend conferences, people go to different events, but the question usually is, what do you do after those events? It's so easy to attend a conference, attend a meeting, and several days after, you've already forgotten what you heard at that conference. Now, I want you to know that this conference is not one of those conferences that you attend and then you forget about it. So my first address to you this evening is that make up your mind, specific things that you plan to do, specific things that you're going to do as you journey through, the knowledge that would be brought to you in this conference. Make up your mind. What are the things that you're going to start to do? And I want you to, in fact, make a list. What are the things, what are the actions that you're going to take as a result of this conference? So I don't want you just to be a participant of this conference. I don't want you to be passive. I want you to make up your mind that as I attend this conference, as I learn about strategies for productivity and also what the other speakers are going to be talking about, I want you to make up your mind that make up your mind that you will change certain things about yourself in your life, and that you begin to do certain things, and that you stop certain things, and that you'd also follow up with the knowledge and all the things you are going to learn. So let's dive in straight away. I believe your hearts are prepared, your mind is ready, and I can assure you you're in for a great time today. So let's get started. Now, when I think about productivity, okay, these are the words that come across my mind. Now, the first thing I said, the topic is strategies for productivity or strategies for productive living. So when I think about the word productive, when I think about the word productivity, these are the words, these are the things that comes to my mind. These are the pictures that I have in my mind. The first one is goal. Goal. I'm sure we all know what that is. Now, without goal, there's no way we can talk about, being productive, because one of the ways of measuring productivity is by looking at the goals. All right. Now, I don't want to go deeper into that yet, but let's take it slowly. So the first word that comes to my mind is goal when I think about productivity. Next, I think about time. All right, because productivity cannot be discussed without the concept of time. You have a given time, to realize something. Just especially when we talk about goals, there's always a connection between goal and time. We always say that when you set a goal, you need to have also a timeline, especially when we talk about the concept of SMART, setting SMART goals. Goals has to be specific, and of course it has to be measurable. Goal has to be, achievable or attainable, and of course it has to be realistic. At the same time, your goal has to be time bound. So when I think about being productive, I think about goals, I think about time, I also think about results. You see, results makes all the difference. I mean, when people are productive, they usually have results. Okay, so another word that comes to my mind is also resources. When I think about being productive, I think about being productive with the available resources. And then I think also about priority, setting priority. I think also about being effective. And later on, I'm going to talk about some of these things in details. Now, I think about also doing more in less time. You see, productive people have come to be masters of their time. They've come to learn how to, they've come to a place where they've learned how to master their time. Now, when I think about being productive, I also think about doing what is necessary. And I'm sure I'm going to still come to talk about that in a bit, but let's move on because of our time. Now, let's put some context or definition to the idea of being productive. Now, remember where we're coming from. We're talking about strategies for being productive. Now, productivity is never an accident. So people don't just become productivity by chance. No, productivity is always a conscious effort. Productivity is always the result of commitment, the result of commitment to excellence, the result of commitment to intelligent planning. Some wise guy says, if you fail to plan, you have invariably planned to fail. So productivity is not just an accident. It's the result of a focused effort, a focused effort. So this leads me to one of my first points. Listen, guys, the time has come for us to be more aware of ourselves. The time has come for us to be more enlightened about ourselves, to have insight about ourselves. And the time has come for us to be more conscious in the way we live our lives. We need to be more conscious. We need to be more aware of ourselves, because being productive is not just something that happens as a wish. It's a deliberate effort. So friends, it's time we begin to live our lives deliberately, to become productive. You see, the life we're living now is not a rehearsal. The life we're living now is not the, practice. It's the real one. It's the real life. And guess what? Life is passing by. Time is passing by. Life is going. So it's time we need to wake up and become more productive. Now let's move on as we go on this journey. It's not news. Everybody likes productivity. I mean, that's obvious. But you see, not everyone is productive. But we all like to be productive. We all like good results. We all want to be successful. We all want to be happy. But guess what? Are we willing to pay the price? Someone wise said, there is always a price for the prize. There is always a price for the prize. Productivity doesn't happen just by wishes. They say if wishes were horses, even beggars will ride. Everyone likes the result and the outcome of productivity, but not everyone knows how to be productive. And guess what? That's why in most corporations, in most companies, bosses, they like employers who are productive. They love employers who get the job done. They love employers who get results. Now, productive people don't just get results. They get the desired result. Because there's a difference between getting result and getting the desired result. And that's why I talked about goals earlier on. Now, I want to make a clear distinction between these two terminologies: being effective and being efficient. Being effective and being efficient, because we're still going to come to that as we move on. And there's no way we can talk about productivity without the concept of effectiveness and efficiency. What does it mean? Being effective simply means doing the right job. Put it in a simple way. Being effective means doing the right job. Now, being efficient means what? Doing the job right. Now, I'll take that one more time. Being effective means doing the right job, doing the right task, doing what is expected. In other words, achieving the right goal, achieving the goal that was set. Now, being efficient is slightly different. It means doing the task right, doing the job right. Now, here's the point. You can do the wrong task in the right way. Now, very quickly, when I tell you, paint this room I'm in, paint it blue. So you came very early in the morning. You skipped your breakfast. You worked so hard. You got the best of the paint. But unfortunately, when you painted the room, you painted it white, the best white in the world. Now, remember I said paint the room blue. And you put in so much effort, so much, energy, but at the end of the day, you got the wrong result. So as far as I'm concerned, you were kind of efficient. You used the resources in the best possible way. You managed it very well, but at the end of the day, you did not produce the desired result. So productivity means that we produce the desired result. We achieve the desired objective. So productive people don't just get result, they get the desired result by optimizing the resources available. Now let's move on faster because of our time. Now, I want you to understand the concept very clearly. So I don't want you to confuse being productive with being busy. And a lot of people confuse that. They mix up the two words, productivity and being busy. Now, let's go deeper into that difference now. So, being busy and being productive. Busy people, they have poorly specified goals. And that's what I said earlier on, talking about goals. There's no way we can talk about being productive without goals. So busy people, all they care about is just setting goals. Sometimes these goals are not even specific. They just want to be busy doing something. No, you should get busy doing the right thing. Now, productive people, they have clearly specified goals. Productive people have clearly specified goals. Now, busy people, they have multiple priorities. They engage in multitasking. Now, multitasking is great, but you must have a balance. You must learn to multitask and also prioritize your task. But guess what? Busy people, all they just want to do is do multiple things at the same time. So at the end of the day, they never really spend quality time on a particular task. But productive people, they have clear priorities. They focus on one single task at a time. You know the way the saying goes, they say, jack of all trades, master of none. Now, busy people, they say yes. They say yes, yes, yes to most things. They are very impulsive. They have no clear direction. When you ask them, can you do this? They say yes. Can you do this? They say yes. And at the end of the day, they put too much on themselves. There has to be a limit to that. Productive people, sometimes they have to say no to some things. They have to think about it. They have to be thoughtful before agreeing to engage in any task. Be productive. Become productive. Now, busy people, they immediately respond to any given task. But productive people, they schedule their task. They take time to plan. They take time to think. Like Abraham Lincoln said, if I'm given 6 hours to chop down a tree, I will spend 5 hours to sharpen my axe, I beg your pardon. If I'm given 6 hours to cut down a tree, I'm going to spend 5 hours to sharpen my axe. Productive people know how to sharpen their axe. Busy people talk about how they will make a change. But guess what? Productive people, they take action. They take steps towards achieving the goal. And that was why I said earlier on that, you know, what are you going to do after this conference? All the things you're going to learn during this conference, all the things you're going to hear, what are you going to do? Don't just talk about change. Don't just talk about it, but take action. Make up your mind to be more deliberate, to be more conscious about your life so you can be more productive. Busy people talk about how little time one has. But productive people, they take time to do the things that matters. Busy people want others to value their efforts. They just want to show that they are doing something. But guess what? Productive people, they value result. They want others to see and value their result. Not just, you know, to let others see that they are busy doing something. Make up your mind that you're going to spend time working hard, grinding hard, so that people can see your result. People don't want to care about, you know, how much of what you're doing, but they want to see result. Now, let's move on very quickly because of our time. Now, I want to emphasize the productivity is about getting result. So I'm going to share with you 3 practical strategies that I have personally developed. So tested and proven. I call them the 3 E's for productivity, or you might call them Dr. Tade's 3 E's for productivity. very quickly because of our time. So the first E is envision. 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 Now let's get deeper into that concept of envision. Before you begin the idea of being productive, especially when we think about, specific areas of our lives. Maybe you want to be productive in your work, in your career, in your finances, in your marriage, in your raising up your kids, whichever areas of your life, we can break down productivity. Whichever area you want to be productive in, the first thing I want you to do is take a step back and envision. Now, what do I mean by envision? By envisioning, I mean go to the end from the beginning. Okay? Go to the end. Go to the end. Envision. See the end from the beginning. And then begin to walk backwards. Now, what I mean here is that whenever you set goals, break your goals down into smaller actions, into smaller steps, and then begin to envision the result. Begin to see what your result is, and then begin to walk back. So the point is this: always see the end result. Whatever areas of your life you want to achieve results, whatever areas of your life you want to be productive, see that result, see the end from the beginning, and then begin to walk it back to reality. Now, for example, for me, everything I have ever done or everything I've ever achieved, I always envision it. In fact, I create images around me. Whatever areas of my life I want to get results in, whatever areas of my life I want to be productive in, I create the mental image. I create the image, as it were, that the result has been achieved. So I see the end from the beginning. I see the result. And guess what? It motivates me. You want to be productive, you need motivation. Sometimes we get discouraged along the line, but whenever we can envision, whenever we can see the big picture, it motivates us. It gives us energy. It gives us the force that propels us to sacrifice, to be committed, to be determined to achieve our goals. So envision it first. You want to be productive in your finances, in your career, envision it. See the end right now from the beginning. And guess what? It's going to motivate you. It's going to propel you. It's going to give you such an energy that will keep you encouraged and motivated. And I like the way Michael Jordan puts it. He said, you have to expect things of yourself before you can do them. And that's absolutely phenomenal. You've got to expect things of yourself before you can do them. He said, if you don't have a goal to reach, you cannot expect to improve yourself. When you envision, it gives you the capacity, the ability, the fortitude, and the fortress to pursue your goal. He says, having goals gives you perspective and allows you to determine where you want to be and what you want to do with your life. Envision, see the end from the beginning. It motivates you. It encourages you. It makes you want to sacrifice to achieve the result. Productivity, like I said, is about achieving the right result, getting things done. Anything is possible, friends. But guess what? You just have to put your mind to it. And guess what? Things happen twice in our life. First, in our minds, and then secondly, in reality. When you envision, it is happening in your mind. And then you need to put the work, you need to put the physical work to get it into materialization or to get it to be manifested. So becoming productive starts with having clear goals and then prioritizing your action. There is no productivity without envisioning, without clear goals. All of them are connected. Having clear goals, envisioning, and then that takes us to prioritizing your action. But before we get to prioritizing your action, Dan Kennedy said, productivity is the deliberate and strategic investment of your time. Productivity is deliberate. You want to be productive in your life, you've got to be deliberate. It's a direct result of strategic investment of your time. You've got to invest your time strategically. Some people waste time. Some people lose time. But guess what? Some people invest time. And guess what? Productive people know how to strategically invest their time. They know how to invest their talent, their intelligence, their energy, their resources, and of course, opportunities. Now let's move on to the next E. The first E in Dr. Tade's E's of productivity is envisioning. The next E is execute. 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 What does that mean? If you want to be productive, listen guys, you have to engage in activities that moves you closer to the direction of your goal. So you already envision. Next, you need to take action, because action is a catalyst. Action and execution is the catalyst for productivity. So for you to be productive, you need to prioritize your actions. When you execute your actions, it must be in certain priority, in certain order. Now, very quickly, I want to share with you two concepts. The first one is CDE. It's called constructive dissemination of energy. And the second one is destructive dissemination of energy. Now, constructive dissemination of energy means that you are taking action, you are dispersing, you are releasing your energy in the right direction, in the direction of your goals. So every day of your life, take stock. Where is my energy going to? Is my energy, am I using my energy in the direction of my goal? In other words, am I being effective? Am I operating in the constructive dissemination of energy? Or I am doing things that are taking me to the exact opposite of my intended direction. So that's very important. I like what Anthony Robbins said. He says, it is not knowing what to do that matters. It's doing what you know. It is not knowing what to do that matters. We know what to do many times, but guess what? Do we do it? Do we execute it? Do we take the right action? And that's what I said at the beginning of this conference. It's not just enough to be here. What are you going to do when you leave here? What actions are you going to take? What decisions are you going to make? Actions and execution is the catalyst to productivity. Now, once you know what has to be done, take action. Take activities, make actions, take actions based on priorities. Let your activities be based on priority. Never wake up in the morning and rush to do anything. Think, plan before you execute. Productive people take time to think. They take time to plan before they take action, so that their actions will take them to the direction of their goals. Evaluate and assess your actions, even the actions you've taken in the past. Evaluate those actions. Where did they lead me to? And then that would help you to reduce the amount of time you waste. Because when you take stock, and that's why I said earlier on, live consciously, live deliberately, take stock of your life, your actions and your result. What did I do that made me achieve this result? Take stock of it. Identify what makes you waste time. I'm still going to talk about that later on. Now, let's move on to the next E because of our time. My time is almost up, but I'm going to run very quickly. The next E. So we've talked about envision. We've talked about execute. Envision is all about setting goals, seeing the end from the beginning. Execution is all about taking action, prioritizing your action. And then the next one is evaluate. Evaluate. Now, I think it would be fair very quickly if I go one step back to execute. There are 4 quadrants here. You see quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, which talks about urgent actions, not urgent actions, non-important actions, and important action. I won't waste more time talking about this, but I believe this is going to help you to prioritize your activities and your actions. You've got to ask yourself, what I'm going to do now, is it urgent or is it important? Is it important or is it not urgent? Is it not important or is it not urgent? We must learn to prioritize and categorize our actions. Now, listen, productive people, they always do things that are important and things that are urgent. If you keep doing things that are not important and things that are not urgent, you will continuously be living in the zone of destructive dissemination of energy, which means that you will be unproductive because you are engaging in activities that are counterproductive, I beg your pardon. Okay, so let me move on very quickly because of time. Evaluate. Now, someone said a life that is not examined is not worth living. A life that is not examined is not worth living. I've emphasized that over and over again. You've got to be conscious of yourself. Wake up, smell the coffee. You've got to be enlightened in your inner man. You've got to be aware and more conscious of yourself. Evaluate. Maybe that's just the only thing you're going to take away from this conference. I want to start to evaluate myself. What is my life? What am I producing with my life? What are my results? Why am I getting this result in this area of my life? What do I need to change? What do I need to stop? What do I need to start doing? Do I need to change my diet? Maybe I'm unproductive because of the lifestyle I live. Maybe I need to start doing this. Maybe I need to stop doing this. A life that is not worth living, a life that is not examined is not worth living. So continuously evaluate yourself. Now, even when you have achieved certain results, you can still improve. They say the largest room, the biggest room in the world is called the room of self-improvement. You can still improve. Even if you've been getting good results, you can do better. You can always be better. You can always improve. There is always room for more. I like what Quentin Cook said, even worthwhile endeavors need evaluation. So the fact that you're seeing some good results in your life right now doesn't mean you cannot be better. Doesn't mean you should not evaluate yourself. Evaluate yourself. Evaluate your result. How did I get this? Don't be a master at what doesn't work. Understand, I believe some things have worked in your life. Assess yourself. How did I get this result? How did I achieve this? What did I do? Be a master at what work. Now, productivity is measured by results, and results are measured by the accomplishment of goals. Now, I've talked about that earlier on, the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. Now, the point is this: don't stay on your comfort zone. Keep pressing hard. Keep moving on. Envision, execute, and evaluate. And guess what? You have to stay in that loop. Envision, execute, and evaluate. Keep stretching yourself. Keep challenging yourself. Don't stop. Keep crossing the borderlines. Even if you haven't been very productive, don't give up. Even if you've not achieved the desired result, keep stretching yourself. Keep smashing the ceilings. Keep breaking the barriers. Keep blazing the trails. Don't give up. You're nearer than when you began. Keep improving yourself. Keep getting better. And productivity is eminent. So make productivity a habit. By what? By becoming a master of your own time. Now, as I begin to wrap it all up with my concluding remarks, we've talked about envisioning, executing, and evaluating. Because of time, there is a lot to talk about, but we won't be able to go into all of that. Now, my concluding remarks, just some bullet points, things I feel they're important to go home with. You want to be productive. Friends, listen, you've got to set goals and monitor your goals. And that fits into envisioning, executing, and evaluating. Almost all of this point fits into that. Set goals and then monitor your goals. And that's why you should get a copy of the Thrive Daily. That's a tool, a performance tool that would help you monitor your progress, monitor how productive you are by assessing yourself. How do I live daily? What can I do better? The next point, know your productive type to help you prioritize your work. Some of us are night owls. Some of us are early birds. Know your productive type. When are you most alert? When are you able to work more, intensely? You've got to know your productive type. And of course, then discover your peak energy time. That's also very important. When are you more energetic? Is it in the morning? Is it in the middle of the day? Is it later in the evening? These are all strategies. These are all ideas that can help you to become better at what you do. And of course, get yourself a simple, kitchen timer, some kind of alarm, something that could, trigger you up and remind you when you've got to do certain things. Sometimes we become unproductive because we don't remember the things we should do. So get yourself an alarm. It could be on your phone. It could be a kind of a, kitchen timer. Get yourself something that can trigger you, that can remind you of things that are important. Because when you don't do things that are important, let me tell you how it works. The difference between urgency and important is simple. The things that are important are important. The things that are urgent are not important. So if you keep spending your time on doing things that are urgent, very soon the things that are important that you have neglected will soon become urgent. And then you will begin to live in a cycle of urgency. And there is no way you will be productive. So guys, we need to make sure that we do things that are important. You define that. What is important to you? Your health, your family, your finances, whatever it is. Get better in dealing with those things. Make friends with your calendar, very important. Batch your task and plan your week. That's exactly what Thrive Daily is going to do for you. Schedule your downtime. Sometimes we have downtimes. How do you spend your downtime? You can be productive every time. But first, you need to discover yourself. When am I more productive in terms of, alertness and ability to deliver and work well? Batch your task, plan your week, schedule your downtime. Know those times when you're down. You can still be productive. You can still be engaged doing something. And of course, review and reconsider and rework your goals if necessary. I think my time is up. I've even spent a little bit more than I should, but these are the very few things I want to share with you guys. And I do hope that, sometimes next year we would have a chance to share some of these things on Thrive Global Network, Tribe Hub Global Network. So thank you guys very much for your time. This is how far I can go with my presentation, because there's another presentation coming after this, and I'm sure it will blow your mind. So let me not waste any more time. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Oh my. Wow. Oh my. That was mind blowing. That was just mind blowing. Guys, did you get all of that? I'm gonna put it on video. You need to see how I'm lit up here. What? Guys, did you hear all that I heard? Oh my gosh. If you're just joining us, I'm gonna put a video tape. If you're just joining us, this is the day one of the Level Up 2020 conference. I am so excited to welcome you guys here. Now, if you missed this last session, I'm telling you, you just need to go back. You need to go back and, and digest it and chew on this one. Someone, Dr. Tani, when I tell you guys, when I tell you guys that when I tell you guys that he's my mentor, I am not even joking. Some of the things that I've learned about, prioritizing, about, executing, about knowing the times when I'm most alert, it is from him I learned some of these things. Now, I want you to type in the comment section some of the things that you've learned from this first session. I want you to type what are you going to do? What was your take home? What stuck with you? For me, the one thing that I know that I'm surely going to do after I've heard about Dr. Tade's the 3 E's, is that I am going to take note of when I am most alert. And I am going to make sure that I work out my schedule in a way that the things that are most important are the things I do at that time. Let me know about you. Comment in the comment section and let me know what your action point is going to be after this. Thank you so much again, Dr. Tade. And now we're going to have the music break. We're going to have the music from our amazing music guest. His name is Somadina James, and I'm so excited to welcome you here. He's so talented. He's multi-talented, actually. He's a poet, he's a musician, he's a guitarist, and, I'm sure that his session, he's going to, blow your mind. So welcome with me, Somadina James. He's so talented. He's multi-talented.
Hello, everyone. Quickly, I'm going to be doing a song I titled Stars Rising. And I hope you get inspired by this little presentation of mine. And God bless you all. Stay safe. See them falling, the lights above. Destiny's calling, my season is come. My bows are stretching out from deep beneath. My fate is rising to where I must be. Oh, heaven is calling, and there is a burning. I see the sun is creating space for me. Oh, heaven is calling, and there is a burning. I see the clouds making way for me. Yeah, 'cause my star is rising. There's been a shifting. Oh, I see the sun spreading space for me. Yeah, my star is rising. Oh, there's been a shifting. This world is hear me. It's my turn to shine. Yeah. Oh, there's an outpouring. Open the doors. Glory's revealed. Oh, I'm breaking forward. I'm breaking forward. Yeah, the one that's carried tomorrow's hope. All these drums are shaking. Yeah, there's been a glow. Yeah, 'cause heaven is calling. Oh, and there is a burning. And I see the sun when it speaks for you. Yeah, heaven is calling. There is a burning. I see the clouds. They're making way for you. 'Cause your star is rising. There is a burning. I see the sun making space for you. Oh, your star is rising. There's been a shifting. This world must hear you. It's your turn to shine. Your star is rising. There's been a shifting, a shifting. This world must hear you. It's your turn to shine. Yeah. Oh, the light that's shining deep inside has found its way to the world outside. It now has come expression time. I've left the ground of mountain high. The light that's shining deep inside has found its way to the world outside. It now has come expression time. I've left the ground of mountain high. Oh, the light that's shining deep inside has found its way to the world outside. It now has come expression time. You gotta leave the ground, you gotta mount up high. Oh, the light that's shining deep inside has found its way to the world outside. It now has come expression time. Come on, leave the ground now, oh, mount up high. The light that's shining deep inside, it's found its way to the world outside. It now it's come expression time. You gotta leave the ground, you've gotta modify, 'cause your star is rising. There's been shifting. This world's gonna hear you. Oh, it's your time to shine. Yeah, your star is rising. Thank you. God bless you.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Dina James. Thank you for that amazing, amazing song. I was really, 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 moving to it here. Heaven is calling. Oh my God, we should do a song together. So, Madina, what do you think about that? There is a burning. There is a burning. And the clouds are actually making ways for you by the reason of this conference. Your eyes will be open to see ways by which you can do little and achieve much in your life. That is my earnest prayer for you. My star is shining. All right. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna invite our next guest, our next speaker. She's a masterclass speaker, guys, and we're gonna just stay tuned to listen to an introduction of Agata Yashinska.
Agata Yashinska is an ACC certified coach by the International Coach Federation standards, with over 18 years of experience in insurance industry in managerial positions. She is the author of The Brand and the Blog, which translated in English means Good Luck from the Kitchen. She helps women build their well-being based on her own method called the Mirror Model. Agata is passionate about healthy lifestyles. Her other work includes working in a coaching relationship with over 100 hours of experience in working with individuals and groups. Her main competencies are the growth model coaching, diet coaching, leadership coaching, change management, and lean management. Her other significant areas of competence are personal efficiency and effectiveness coaching. With a loud applause and with great excitement, welcome with me, Agata Yashinska.
Hello everyone. Good evening, maybe good afternoon or good morning, depending on your time zone. I'm really pleased to be here, and I'm really happy that I will be able to share with you my perspective, lifestyle perspective for productivity. Let me share my presentation, which I prepared for today. So, lifestyle for productivity. However, before I will jump to the main part of my presentation, I would like to start with this quote, which I really like. Gratitude drives happiness, and happiness boosts productivity. It's really important to be focused on our goals, as it was said during previous presentation. But it's so easy to be productive when we are happy, when we have our goals, which are real our goals, not the goals forced by someone else. So I would like to draw your attention if sometimes you are not feel, that you do not have energy to be productive. You are maybe sitting like this lady and thinking, let's step back and think about your life. What does happiness mean to you? What is important in your life for you? What would you like to achieve in your life? And ask yourself, is your life meaningful to you? And today I would like to share also my story. As it was mentioned, I was a manager in the big insurance corporation. I worked there 22 years, and I was a manager for 18 years. However, I was really productive, but I didn't feel, happiness. And I would like to share with you that book, Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, which was the great inspiration for me. And as you can see, here are the top 5 regrets of the dying people. The author of that book, Bronnie Ware, was the nurse in the hospice, and she spent a lot of hours talking to people who were at the end of their lives. So they shared with her some thoughts about the whole life. And as you see here, the first regret was, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. So sometimes we think that this is, our goal, and we try to be productive and we try to focus on something, but sometimes it's really crucial to ask ourselves if it is really the true life we would like to live. The second regret was, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. So we should be productive, but productivity also means to split your time between different areas which are important in your life. It is very common that we are very engaged in our work and building financial stability, but when we forget about other areas, key areas in our life, we can't be happy. And you know, the productivity without happiness, it's not, I think it's not good for us. So ask yourself about those different areas, and it could also help us to be productive, this balancing of those areas. It's really important to think also about our health, our relations, friends, family, love. It's important to find time for ourselves, for our self-development as well. I was too much involved, I think, in work and building financial stability. And finally, I discovered that. So here is very shortly my personal story. And my personal change started from lifestyle change. That's why I'm so passionate about lifestyle. I worked in this corporation for many years, and it was very intensive work. I was really productive, really. However, I was also very busy, a lot of work and many hours each day. I think I was, perfectionist, and I started to have some, health problems. And frankly speaking, I was close to burnout. And it was like, rat race. And I was thinking, what can I do? I didn't have enough courage to change my business life. But what I said to myself, okay, maybe I could start changing my life from the diet, because I read a book which was great inspiration for me. I realized that what we are eating is very important for our energy level and our brain functions. So I decided, okay, so it's what I could do, and I started to be very careful about my diet, eating habits. About 5 years ago, yes, I started to put the lunch break into my calendar, and I, was really careful and to follow this, my routine, to eat breakfast, lunch, and not to starve. I implemented very simple physical activities like walking outside, because before I was working so hard that it were some, days or even weeks when I didn't breathe with the fresh air, because I was, driving to my office by car, spending there a lot of hours, and driving back also by car. So I even, didn't go outside. So it was another change. And stress reduction. I was really stressed, so I started from yoga practice. And after those small changes in my life, I realized that my mind is a little bit smarter, let's say. So I started my coaching process. I found my coach, and I realized some, negative beliefs which I had. I realized my perfectionism, which wasn't good for me. I started to change my approach into good enough approach. I started to work on my assertiveness skills. I realized I realized my personal values and my purpose. And I asked myself, do I really, want to continue living like this during my, till my retirement age? And I said to myself, no. And I took this decision, my mental decision at that moment. It was about, 3 years ago. But of course, it wasn't, the same day when I went to my boss and say that I would like to quit that job and find my work. Then I started the preparation period. So I was looking for new possibilities. I started to think what I could do, what I would like to achieve. I started to join some online courses, some self-trainings. I read a lot of books. I worked with my mentor as well. I set priorities, and I was really focused to gain new skills, to be ready and to be well prepared for the change. And that change was made. So at the beginning of this year, I informed my employer about my decision, and now I'm working as a lifestyle coach. And I'm really happy that I was brave enough to change my life. And now my main and favorite, let's say, product is an online course, which I have for women who would like to lose weight in the intuitive way. It gives me a lot of happiness, and it's so easy to be productive when we do what we love in our life and when we know our life purpose. So going into this lifestyle tips, how we can increase our productivity through lifestyle, I would like to say a few words about those 4 areas: healthy eating, sleep quality, physical activity, and relaxation. So starting from healthy diet, of course, intuitively, we know that healthy diet is quite important, but when we think ourselves why it is important, I think that first which came to our mind is just, the look, the slim, figure, the appearance. And maybe we could think about the prevention for future diseases. But not all people, for not, all people, it is the important to eat healthy, because those, arguments are not very very important for today. But I discovered that this, losing weight control is only one aspect. It appeared, and I read a lot of books, that healthy eating has positive impact on our nervous system, on our concentration level, and the brain itself. So as you see, there are 3 points which are important for our today's energy level and productivity. And of course, the health is also benefits from the healthy diet. So it convinced me that it is really important to eat healthy, just to think smartly, to have better memory. So I deep dive. I started from this healthy eating. Last years, there are so many new books about gut, and it is called as our second brain. And there are a lot of new researches, and scientists are doing some researches around gut, and it seems that it's proven that our gut and brain are linked, and there are 3 different ways of links between gut and brain. It's really crucial what we have in our gut, I mean microbiota, and microbiota, it's like good and bad bacteria, we can call simply. And depending on our diet, antibiotics and stress level, we could have balanced microbiota, or we could kill our good bacteria and have and do not have, you know, this balance. And without that balance, we have problems with our brain. So it influences in the negative way into our brain. So if you are interested in that subject, you can, you know, Google. There are a lot of publications and new informations about that connection. But simply, you know, speaking, it's important what we are eating, because we feed not only our body, but we also feed our bacteria, which are, you know, living in our gut. And another important thing which could influence our energy level and the productivity, it's insulin resistance. So here you can see some symptoms which you might have, like inability to lose weight or constant desire to eat sweets, abdominal obesity. And there are the symptoms of insulin resistance. This is the situation when our metabolism of glucose is broken, let's say. And glucose level is increased in our blood when we eat something, especially when we eat simple carbohydrates, like pasta or pizza or white bread. And as you see, among those symptoms, there is also fatigue and sleepiness after eating carbs. So if you see those symptoms, that you have quite good energy level and you eat during lunchtime something like simple carbohydrates like pasta or pizza or white bread, and after that, 1 hour after that lunch, you feel fatigue or you feel, you know, sleepiness, then you could investigate a little bit more about insulin resistance, because maybe you are those people who need to be more careful about eating simple carbohydrates. So maybe you are thinking now, so what we should eat to feel better? So from here is the simple, pyramid, and I will deep dive, but just, to make this helicopter view. The most important is, drinking water and caloric balance or deficit in case we need to lose weight. It's important for our health. And second, it's the balance in the diet. So providing our body with good proteins, good fats, and carbohydrates. And there are no special diet. I will share some tips with you, but frankly speaking, the variety of goods and macronutrients, it's enough. We need to avoid, like fast food or junk food, and it shouldn't be a very perfect diet to increase or to boost our productivity. Just, basic rules. There is no diet which is ideal for all. It doesn't exist. So remember about, balancing. So providing your body with healthy proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. It should be diversified. So do not eat every day the same meal. Regular time for eating meals is important, and it isn't very important if it is, 3 bigger meals or 5 smaller meals, but it should be with some regularity. And it's important not to eat through the whole day. It's really, really important to give your digestive system and the insulin as well to rest, and also to rest between meals, and also to have this night break about 12 to 14 hours. And drink water again. It's really, really important to remember about water. And here you can have a look at the healthy eating plate prepared by Harvard Medical School. What should be in your plate? So whole grains, healthy protein, and fruits, vegetables. And here I would like to underline that it should be vegetables and fruits, not juices, because juices are, you know, very sweet and they are not very good for us, or we could drink from time to time, but it shouldn't be an alternative for fresh fruits and vegetables. Healthy oils, our diet should consist of fat as well, and stay active, and water. Some of you, maybe you are thinking that you like to know exactly what to eat and what is the best diet for your brain. So here there are three which are recommended: Mediterranean, DASH, and MIND. All those three have some, you know, common factors. So healthy fats such as nuts and fatty fish, avocado, olive oil. It's really important. It was some period in the past when we were scared that fat is not healthy, but fat is healthy. But we need to think about the proper source of the fat. Our brain consists of fat, so that's why we need to deliver fat to our body. But we should avoid saturated fat, and we should avoid, you know, highly processed food and sugary food. And here's the pyramid for Mediterranean diet, and this diet is my favorite type, and I try to follow those rules. And as you see, on the basis of that pyramid is the physical activity, which I will say a few words as well later on, and enjoy meals with other. So it's important what we eat. However, it's also important the mindful eating. So we shouldn't eat under stress. We should find time to eat, you know, sit down for a while, take a rest, and eat carefully. It helps for, you know, even for the digestive system, but also, you know, this is the celebration of the food is really important. And next level of that pyramid, you can see the variety of goods which should be included in the every meal. So you have here plenty of vegetables, fruits, olive oil, whole grains, and nuts, also seeds, herbs, spices. So it should be like every meal should consist of those goods. And additionally, we should add some healthy source of protein like fish and seafood, eggs, cheese, yogurt, and we should reduce red meat and sweets. It should be very, rarely eaten. And I like this diet because red wine is included. However, let's remember that it's not a bottle of wine; it's rather glass of wine. But it is also proven that glass of red wine has positive impact on our health, so it's included. And again, drink water. It's really important. And if you are waiting for any special, food to boost our brain and memory, there are the examples. And please make sure if you have if this food, a type of foods are included in your diet. So avocado, olive oil, berry fruits, almonds, nuts, salmon, green leaves, cocoa, broccoli, sprouts, eggs. All of this should be really often on your plate. So that's very shortly about the healthy diet. And what I want to say is that always is the best time to start building your healthy habits, healthy diet habits, because depending on the situation, on the quality of your diet today, you might be maybe stressed, or you might have this feeling that you are far away from the ideal diet. But remember that you can always choose between those two extremes, between fast food diet and natural bio and, perfect diet. Every step which you will take to move toward those more ideal diet counts. So search for the good enough diet for you today. Maybe you could start from 1 meal per day, maybe only breakfast, which you think more about, or maybe you could start from eating more healthy lunch, or choosing better quality lunch if you are eating your lunch in the restaurant. Remember that it's about progress, not perfection, and but remember about that you couldn't be productive and have a lot of energy without thinking about feeding yourself with the high quality food. Okay, so let's jump to the sleep quality. Again, when we would like to be productive, sometimes we have that idea that we will shorten our night and sleep less hours, but it's not a good idea. And because we very often like some researchers, so I'm going to share some researchers results with you to encourage you to sleep a little bit longer. Here is one example when during that research it was proven that extreme sleep duration, so less than 4 hours or higher than 10 hours per night, it was associated with lower cognitive function at the moment of research, and faster cognitive decline in the future for those participants. So you can see here that if you try to make your day longer by shortening your night, then you have lower cognitive function. So it has a negative influence on your productivity, on your brain, on your memory. And here is another example, which I like very much, because here you can see that sleep is connected with obesity. Obesity, for example, it's really difficult to stay fit and slim when we do not sleep enough hours. Also, blood pressure is correlates with the length of our sleep. And here it is visible that the perfect number of hours of sleeping hours is 7.5. So now think about yourself. How long do you sleep? It's really important to sleep between 7 and 8 hours daily. And also we should go sleep about 11 p.m., 10 p.m. and get up early. It's the best scenario. Also, we should think about the quality of our sleep. So, the dark room, quiet, and of course, sometimes we do not have influence on that. But anyway, like with the eating habits, we could try to do a little bit better our sleeping length and quality. Let's skip to the physical activity, which is also very important. And when we are thinking about physical activity, I think that we believe it's logic that it's important for our health, but this research proves, and let me go to the conclusion from this research, that physical activity improves cognitive processes and memory. as well. So it is not only about our health in general to stay active, but also it is about our cognitive processes and memory. So to be productive and to think more clearly, let's say, to have smart mind, we should stay active. And what I would like to underline is that sometimes we have different we think that only the person who goes to the gym or the fitness center stays active, and that physical activity should be activity which is planned, and then we think that person is active. But it's not that true, because if you could imagine one person who okay, that person goes to the gym 3 times per week and spend 1 hour at the gym doing some exercises or fitness, but maybe that person is has sitting work, driving everywhere by car, including the fitness center, and doesn't have a lot of things to do at home, spends a lot of time sitting, watching Netflix, or just listening to some podcasts. We can't say that person is active. Let's compare that person to another person who is the mother of 3 small kids, who is really busy around all day, who commutes to work by public transport, who plays every day with her children, goes for a walk. And of course, that lady might think that she doesn't have time to go to the gym, but probably she might be more active than the first lady. So again, sometimes we underestimate the benefits coming from this non-exercise activity, but non-exercise activity is also very important for our health and for our energy level as well. And the last section is about relaxation and stress relief. Let me check the time. Okay, I have 5 minutes. So relaxation and stress relief. It's also very important, because when we are stressed, we can't be productive. It's like, our brain doesn't work properly, and we lose our, energy. So of course, we need to have the variety of ways how to reduce stress symptoms reactively. So when we are stressed, so think about those activities which you like. It could be walking, listening to music, hot bath, maybe physical activity, conversation with loved ones, but writing a diary or a letter, it also can help. Just, if you are stressed, try to write down what you are thinking, and then you calm down. Talking, even just to yourself. If you are stressed, try to talk to yourself. For example, if you are driving a car, just, you can loudly talk to yourself. Find activities which makes you happy. And then you will focus on that activity, and thanks to that, the level of stress will decrease. And think proactively, think in advance. And if you are the person who very easily go and feel this stress, then think about some activities which could improve your resistance towards stress, like mindfulness training, practice yoga, meditation, take care about rest and diet. And here again, diet is important, because if we eat healthy, then we are more resilient towards stress. let go of perfectionism. This is the point which I'm dealing with as well. Take care of work-life balance, and sometimes we need to go just to the to see the specialist to think about root causes why we are easily, and to give you some ideas which are proven that it works. I would like to share another research which checked the meditation and the connection between meditation and cognitive functions. So here, in this research, non-experienced meditators were asked to meditate only 13 minutes per day, but it was for 8 weeks. So after 4 weeks, it wasn't visible, but after 8 weeks of regular meditation on daily basis, it was noticed that those daily meditation decreased negative mood state and enhanced attention, working memory, and recognition memory. So again, it is something which is very important for our productivity. So maybe meditations is something which you will find important to start to try. And what I would like to encourage you, just to summarize. We shouldn't. We should think holistically about our life, about key areas in our life, and when it comes to the lifestyle, we should think about eating, sleeping, physical activity, relaxation, and just try to use different activities. You can try meditation. If not, maybe you can try yoga. Maybe you could try some different physical activities or different meals or different type of diets. Just test, try, but make an effort and check. Without your action, nothing will change. So I hope that you found something interesting during my presentation. You can reach me on my social media. Unfortunately, it's in Polish, but if you have any questions, you can send me an email or message or just call me, and I always will try to advise. Thank you very much. Thank you once again. To our host for inviting me. It was really great opportunity to share my knowledge, and thank you once again.
Wow, thank you so much, Agatha. That was mind-blowing. Thank you so much for showing us those loopholes and the places where we need to really, really improve. There's a lot of ways that we've been doing ourselves a disservice, We've just been thinking that we can eat anything because we're in a rush, We're so busy eating lunch on the go, eating whatever we find to eat and all of that. So I'm so happy that we're having this discussion, and that this awareness is coming out that you are what you eat. Your brain is what you eat. Your energy level is what you eat, yeah? We can literally say that your level of productivity is directly connected to your lifestyle. All of the things you've said today about our diets, our habits, being active, even gratitude and happiness. All of these things are so important, to help us achieve the most from our efforts. The one that touched me the most was that many of us that we should stress ourselves. We need to get to that level where we're exhausted, where we're stressed out. And then that's when we feel like, wow, I'm being productive, But I'm so grateful that you've brought light into this, and you've shown us that stress has a negative impact on our productivity. Yes. And you've taught us. I also like the part about meditation. You know, that's really amazing. Sometimes to just quiet down and actually just, you know, be in that state of awareness and quiet. Thank you so much, Agatha. Amazing, amazing. Guys, drop me some comments. How do you feel? What are you learning? What is going through your mind? And I'm so happy, and I've been so impacted by the two sessions today. I'm also gonna ask two people to talk about this, the two sessions that we've had today from Dr. Tade Omotosho and from also from Agatha as well. I'm gonna ask two people to talk about it and to tell us what went through their mind, what they've gained, what actions they're gonna take, you know. So I'm gonna call, I'm gonna call two people that I think are here with me today. Yeah, the first person is Marta Peshina. Yeah, Marta, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear?
All right. Hi, Marta. Hi, that's Marta. Could you put a spotlight on Marta? And so, Marta, you've listened to, you've been on this session from the beginning. What do you think? What is going through your mind? You know, what are the things that you're? How do you feel, basically?
First of all, I'm really, really excited on what I heard today. It's been a great reminder and also a lesson of how I can improve my productivity. It's been a lot of tips, a lot of new approaches. I'm just excited to introduce that in my work, in my life. So I'm about to review Mrs. Agatha's presentation. First of all, I need to say that she has definitely planned not to fail. The presentation was organized, well prepared. Yeah, she reminded us of a very important aspect of our life, which is the physical, the self-awareness. Yeah, diet is not only about losing weight. Yeah, it could be gaining weight.
Losing weight.
What I need, for example, it's concentration or even prevention of the future potential diseases, right? Because we all know that the health issues will not boost our productivity. It can bring us down. Yes. So that's very important to take care of our health. So it was a great pleasure to listen and to participate in this event. And I can only encourage all of us, don't start tomorrow, start today, start right now. I'm sure that many of us snacked during watching this presentation. Were they nuts? Were we doing something unhealthy?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure some of us did and snapped on something unhealthy and all of that. But I'm so glad. And like you said, Marta, there is a direct connection between what we're actually putting on. And when we talk about diet, most times people think we mean losing weight, or we mean things like that. So I'm so grateful that she shed light on this aspect and told us that how that for us to be productive, we need to actually take care of ourselves. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Marta, for that review. And I'm going to call right now on Emmanuel Itama. Emmanuel, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Turn on your camera and let's have the spotlight on you.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, of course we can. Hi, Emmanuel. How are you doing? How is Nigeria today?
Sorry, I can't. Okay.
Emmanuel, can you hear me?
I'm fine. I can hear you loud and clear, but I'm not seeing. Sorry. Hello.
Okay, we
Can
can
you hear
see
me? Okay.
you and we can hear you. So you can go ahead, Emmanuel.
Okay. Okay. I would like to start with what. what- Hello.
Yeah, we can
I would
hear
like to
you.
start with
Just go
what.
ahead, Emmanuel.
Okay. 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 I would like to start with what Ms. Agatha began with, which is gratitude drives happiness,
Yes.
and happiness boosts productivity. In that line, I want to say thank you very much for this conference. It's been an eye opener for me.
Yeah.
This is my first time. So I want to say from the last section, sleeping. For me, sleeping has not been a thing because in line with my job, when you sleep,
Yeah.
you feel as if you are less productive.
You're not productive.
Yes, I think I just have an eye opener now. That's why I said we are learning. So for me, sleeping will bring more productivity. So
Yes.
I'm going home with that from our last section.
Yeah. You know, Emmanuel, I like
So
that
I'm
because
from Dr.
Yeah, a lot of us have this notion that we need to like work overnight or sleep late so that we can we now wake up late. And from what she said, that's not a good habit. I also learned that to normalize our lives, we need to actually sleep at the correct hour and actually wake up at the right time, so that our body function can actually function normally and optimally. So thank you for that. Yeah. How about Dr. Karim's session? What's your view?
From the first session, if I should show you what I got in my notepad there, you won't believe it from just that one.
Amazing. Awesome.
So I'm taking the three E's. For me, they are like an eye opener. The prediction, execution, and the evaluation.
Evaluation, yes.
Yeah, to evaluate.
I love the three E's. More like I love them.
Yeah. I think I've been just working but not being productive, and I think the different stuff in made. Yeah, which is what effectiveness means and what efficient means, important and urgent. They are really something I'm going on with.
Those 4 quadrants, those 4 quadrants are so important. Yeah.
I discovered it's possible I could work 20 hours a day at the end.
Not have achieved the desired results. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. That was so mind-blowing. Yeah, thank you for that amazing review, guys. Drop your own review in the comment section and let us hear from you. What have you gained from this session, and what is your expectation for tomorrow's session? Tomorrow we're going to be having Mr. Emmanuel Joseph and Mrs. Ifeadiago. You don't even want to miss that. They are going to focus more on our professional lives. Like the 2 speakers today talked about our personal lives, how to be productive in our own personal lives, but they are also going to talk about how to also be productive as a stay-at-home mom, as an entrepreneur, as someone who is launching out a business, as a worker in an office, and all of that. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. If you missed any part of today, just go back and watch the sessions. You will, the most important and the best thing you can do for those around you, for your friends, for your circle, for your loved ones, is to actually send the group link to them. Let them join us so that they don't miss tomorrow and they can still watch a replay of today's conference. Guys, how has it been? On this note, we're going to be rounding off. We're going to be, saying our goodbyes for today because we don't want to keep us here more than 9 p.m. WAT. I'm so happy, and I appreciate Dr. Tade Omotosho once again. I appreciate Agata Yashinska for impacting us so much today. Thank you to all those that have reviewed. And I want to say a big thank you to our team, our Tribe Hub Global. Tribe team is just the best. You guys, please celebrate Tribe team. We won't be here. This won't be this good. You won't have this, impactful conference without Tribe team. They've been working hard behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, in between the scenes. They have been working hard. Thank you so much, Alice, our media personnel. She's just been amazing. Thank you so much, our campaign manager, Marianne. Thank you so much, our graphics person, Collins. Thank you so much, Nkechi, our secretary. Thank you so much, Patience, for all that you are doing. I appreciate you. Thank you, Asinda, for all of those amazing write-ups that you do. Guys, celebrate Tribe team. Celebrate yourself. You are a distinguished guest here, and I'm so happy that you are here. Once again, thank you so much. This is day one of Level Up Conference 2020 conference. Tomorrow is day 2, and of course the final day. You don't want to miss it. Get all your friends here. And on that note, I say goodbye, good night. Chew on those words that you've had. Take action, take out your notes, and see what you're going to do better next year. My name again is Tolutola Omotosho. So see you next time. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.